Howdy there folks, my name's Steven and today we're going to compare the Weatherby Mark V Backcountry 2.0 Carbon against the Howa Elevate Carbon. Both of these rifles were developed to be ultra lightweight backcountry hunting rifles. Let's go ahead and take a look to start at the Weatherby Mark V. We have a hex 3D recoil pad. So this is like a skeletonized webbed pattern recoil pad. It's pretty hard actually, but extremely lightweight. And unlike the original version of this, these don't deform when the gun is stored on their butt. Coming forward, you have a pretty traditional comb on this rifle, a sling swivel stud down here, a little bit fatter palm swell than a traditional stock, but still relatively slim. In all metal trigger guard, bottom metal, and a floor plate that opens up. Beautiful etching work on the floor plate with topo map engraving. Comes with a TriggerTech field trigger with a curved blade, but I do have a aftermarket trigger in this one. That TriggerTech adjusts down to about 2 to 2.5 pounds. Extremely crisp, clean, single stage trigger. And the stock on this is a Peak 44 hand-laid carbon fiber stock. Then coming up here, you have a receiver that is absolutely fantastic. Has a built-in recoil lug as part of the receiver. And you can get this in a titanium version, but this is not that version. The titanium version comes in at like 5.2 to 5.4 pounds in certain calibers. This is a 6.5 RPM. This is the 6 lug action. If you know anything about Mark V's, they come in a 6 lug and a 9 lug action depending on the model. This rifle itself, I believe, weighs about 6.5 pounds. The barrel itself is carbon fiber wrapped and fully free floated. The bedding in this is spot bedded in the front by the recoil lug, and it does feature metal pillar bedding as well. You have a front sling swivel stud, just a single one, which is something to note. And the grip on the front of this, on the fore end of this stock is, I would say, just about like medium. It's not overly beefy or super, super thin like maybe a Christensen Ridgeline. The barrel on this one, I believe, is 24 inches long, and it's threaded 5/8 by 24. It does come with a Cerakoted radial muzzle brake. And the receiver on this is Cerakoted as well. The bolt knob on this is skeletonized to reduce weight, and it's a tactical style. It has a 2-position safety. On safe, it locks the bolt in place. And the Mark V's have a 54-degree bolt throw. The bolt release is actually the trigger on this. So you have to push in the trigger to release the bolt. The bolt is deep, fully spiral fluted, has 6 locking lugs, a plunger ejector, and a Socko style extractor. The bolt on this runs pretty smooth now, but it was actually pretty rough initially. Something to note is I also had a lot of problems with their factory ammunition brass getting stuck in the chamber of this rifle, and I believe there might have been a burr or a head spacing issue with this rifle, but it's kind of just worked itself out after shooting it a lot, which isn't recommended. Rifle, super lightweight, fit, feel, and finish is absolutely fantastic on this rifle. Let's put that off to the side, and then let's take a look at the Howa Carbon Elevate. Comes with a slim profile limb saver recoil pad, hand-laid carbon stock. I believe this is made by Stockies. Sling swivel stud in the rear. But similar palm swell, maybe a little bit slighter angle and a little bit fatter. All metal trigger guard, bottom metal, floor plate releases. Depending on the caliber, one's going to have a greater caliber mag capacity than the other. Comes with a hack 2-stage trigger. It's not really user adjustable, and it breaks at about 2.5 to 3.5 pounds out of the box. 3-position safety all the way to the rear locks the bolt. One forward, you can remove the bolt, but you have to have it unsafe. All the way forward, you can fire the firearm, obviously. Then coming forward, you have an awesome one-piece receiver. In some ways, a little bit similar to the Mark V. Has integral recoil lug as part of the receiver, and is bedded into pillar bedding into the fiberglass, into the carbon fiber stock. This is not spot bedded though, like the Weatherby. Coming forward, you have a pretty slim profile fore end, and this barrel on this one is not free floated. It is making contact with the barrel channel, and it is a carbon fiber wrap barrel as well. Has a front sling swivel stud, just one. Depending on the caliber, these come, I believe, in 22 and 24 inch length barrels. This is threaded 5/8 by 24, and it does not come with a muzzle brake. Coming back to the bolt, you have a regular style bolt knob. Bolt lift on this is 90 degrees. And it has 2 locking lugs, a single plunger ejector, and a Sacco style extractor as well. Toolless firing pin removal, which I won't show you right here, but it's pretty slick. This one ran a bit rougher in the receiver than the Mark V, but they're very, very comparable. Obviously, the bolt on this one is not spiral fluted, and this is not a Cerakoted receiver. This is a 6.5 Creedmoor, so this is in short action too, by the way. This rifle, it was difficult to find the exact weight, but I believe it comes into like 6.8-ish pounds. It's difficult to find the exact weight. In the mini action, it is quite a bit lighter, but they're not, you know, heavy rifles, either one of them. Now, let's go ahead and take these to the range and see how they perform. That one was right on top of the first. A little bit better grip there, probably an inch. There we go, hit. All right, so now that you've seen these perform at the range, you're probably going, well, that 6.5 Creedmoor shoots more accurately consistently. Well, and it had less problems, and that's true. But with the very small sampling of ammunition, and it was all factory ammunition, it's difficult to say one is really inherently more accurate than the other. I was able to shoot the Howa in 6.5 Creedmoor more accurately, but it's a little bit heavier rifle, and it's 6.5 Creedmoor, so it's got less recoil, and therefore it's probably inherently easier to shoot more accurately based on those facts. I will admit, pretty disappointed that I had problems with the brass getting stuck in the chamber. It was their factory ammunition, their factory gun, followed the procedures, still had brass getting stuck in the chamber. That's pretty unacceptable. Fortunately, those problems have worked themselves out. And Weatherby is more than happy to take your rifle and fix what is wrong. Excellent customer service. In closing, the fit, feel, and finish of the Weatherby is way superior to the Howa. It looks better, feels better, and is more weather resistant due to its Cerakote finish. However, they're both excellent backcountry hunting rifles. The Weatherby, obviously, you can get in Weatherby cartridges or chambered for Weatherby cartridges, and a lot more caliber options, which is something to take note of. And you have that shorter 54-degree bolt throw. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video of the Weatherby Backcountry 2.0 versus the Howa Carbon Elevate bolt action rifle. Thanks for watching Bullets for Bucks. Check out this next video and subscribe.